What's up, Trojans? I'm here with a very interesting topic today. I want to talk about the New York Giants autograph market. Now, I have several autographed items from several different New York Giants players, past and present. Mostly more recently, I am a newer fan. As I've mentioned, only started really getting into the team in 2016. But there's a lot of interesting stuff that goes on in the autograph market. And the price especially is affected by I have no idea what. Obviously, the main thing is like player performance, right? The stars of a team, their autograph is obviously worth more money. But then there's other guys, right? You like guys that have left the Giants, guys that have been on the team for 5 seconds, and a lot of weird stuff happens with prices of these things. And that's what I want to talk about here today, because I still have some autographs that are probably very outdated. I'm not even going to say probably. They're definitely outdated autographs. Like, I have an Eli Apple autographed item. I got it after 2016. I thought he was solid his rookie year. I was like, this guy's only going to get better. That did not happen. So yeah, I still have that sitting around, but I have a lot of awesome stuff like Eli Manning, Saquon Barkley. I got a Xavier McKinney jersey over there. Some Lawrence Taylor, some Daniel Jones, all that good stuff. Sterling Shepard. I have a lot of Sterling Shepard stuff. Sterling Shepard's one of my favorite players. Even if he is relegated to possibly a backup role this season. But it gets interesting because prices for these things fluctuate kind of wildly, but kind of not. It seems like whenever someone gets in their head that something's worth that much, everyone kind of conspires to keep it worth that much. And it's very interesting to see this play out. Now, the autograph market is very interesting. It's not like a well-defined market with proven, tested prices that fluctuate perfectly to the needs and demands of consumers. That's just not a thing. Because at the end of the day, if something is too expensive, well, people can just track the guy down and be like, hey, can you sign this? And some places actually, they have deals that prevent this. Like Eli Manning, for example, I think has an exclusive with Steiner Sports, or when it was Steiner Sports. They've been bought out by Fanatics. So then that drastically changed their website. But so that means if you were to ask Eli Manning's autograph in person, I believe, I haven't done it myself to test this, but he signs E-Man instead of the full Eli Manning that I have several examples of to look at right in front of me. So that's one big thing that affects the market. And then you just have guys like switching teams, not living up to expectations. A ton of stuff happens there. And so I just kind of wanted to highlight this because there's some insanity going on here with some of these guys. And the one that cracked me up the most was I saw a Pat Shurmur signed mini helmet listed for like over $100. So let me get this straight. There's a mini helmet, right? You get a plain mini helmet. It was the standard Giants mini helmet. So the max, I'm sure that cost is $40. I've seen them for like 25, but I haven't looked recently. I haven't been buying plain mini helmets recently. So I'm going to say $40, okay? So that means someone thinks Pat Shurmur's autograph is worth $60 at least. Pat Shurmur didn't win 10 games as the New York Giants head coach. I don't hate the guy. Nothing against him. Things don't work out sometimes when you're the head coach of an NFL team. It's a huge job. But I don't think his autograph on something is worth $100 unless the thing is worth $100. And that's the other crazy thing with the autograph market is it really does matter what the person is signing. Now, obviously, signing like a game-used jersey, well, wow, that's insane. That just drastically increases the value of it. Okay. But it's even a small difference of like, they have the white-paneled footballs compared to the authentic footballs. Normally, the authentic football autograph goes for more than the white panel ones. Very weird thing, even though it would look the same on someone's shelf. different types of helmets, different types of mini helmets, for example, drastically different. Authentic versus replica helmets, drastically different. Same exact autograph. Replica and authentic helmets, they're the same size and everything, but they're made differently. And so it would look the same on someone's shelf, completely different price. And so it does matter what the person's signing, but I just find it hilarious that, like, Pat Shurmur was head coach of the Giants for all of 2 years, didn't have a huge success, yet, hey, we have his autograph. We have his autograph. We'll sell it to you. And there's so many other examples of this. There was, Paul Perkins. He was a running back. It was like a big deal. I think he was the running back in 2016 and 17, most notably. I forget when the Giants drafted him. But I remember him from 2016, 2017. And it was a big deal when he hit 100 yards in a game. I get a little irked when Saquon Barkley doesn't hit 100 yards nowadays. Like, Saquon, man, they weren't using you correctly in that game. What was going on here today? If Saquon doesn't hit 100 yards from scrimmage, I guess not all rushing, but still, his autograph on this one, I think it was like some special edition card, was also going for like $100. So maybe the card's just worth that much. I don't know. But I just find it funny, some of the stuff that they have listed. I'm looking at listed. A Brad Wing autographed football for $107. It's the white panel one. I know that's a big difference. It's the white panel one. But still, Brad Wing, he was great in 2016, fell off in 2017, and he was a punter. He was a great punter in 2016. He's one of the reasons the Giants somehow had an 11-5 record that year. So, and I just find it funny. And no discount, nothing. They're like, yeah, no, Brad Wing's autograph, yeah, that's worth at least $60. Yeah, definitely. Okay. Nothing against Brad Wing. Like I said, he was a great punter in 2016. But this isn't some guy that has had a lifelong career as a Giant, is known for being a Giant throughout his entire NFL career. And has been, like, if he was a punter for like 10 years for the Giants, 1,000% got it. Yeah. High autograph value, right? But he wasn't. Oh gosh, this is a hilarious one. Kyle Lauletta, a guy. They want over $100 for his autograph. Again, it's some sort of special card or something. So again, maybe it's the card that has more value than anything else. But I just find it hilarious that they want that much for Kyle Lauletta. He was a backup quarterback. I believe he was drafted in 2018. I may be wrong on this, but I believe it was somewhere around there, if not that exact year, 2018. Because Gettleman drafted him because the Giants had Davis Webb as their late-round backup QB. And then Gettleman was like, nah, we need another late-round quarterback. And so he got Kyle Lauletta, and he was a backup for a little while. Like, third string, too, I think. I don't even know if he was, like, second string. But when Eli Manning was there, he may have been second string. I don't want to misspeak too hard on that. When Eli Manning was there, the Giants have those random backup quarterbacks. Another one I saw was like Ryan Nassib. Again, another backup quarterback under Eli Manning. Just hilarious stuff that these guys' autographs are able to go for so much. And again, no hate on these guys, but I'm just comparing it here. Like Jason Pierre-Paul, a guy that won a Super Bowl with the Giants, $90 for a 16x20. Right here. Jason Pierre-Paul did a lot with the Giants. Is most notably known for being a New York Giant. He's won 2 Super Bowls. $90 for a 16x20 photo, autographed. And then you have Kyle Lauletta, where they're like, yep, Yeah, no, he needs to have a huge thing going on. Okay, this is absolutely insane. I get it. I get it. These things devalue over time, right? It's the more modern guys. They've autographed more. I don't know what it is. The autograph market has only blown up recently. So the guys that are currently playing still or have very recently played, like Eli Manning and such, their autograph is worth more. I get that. But like Tiki Barber was a very well-known Giants running back. He has $75, 8x10 photo. They got the Landon Collins stuff still out here. Again, Landon Collins was... actually, this stuff's understandable. Guys in... Oh, I found it. Oh, gosh. There's another one that just made me laugh. This is absolutely insane. Absolutely insane. Okay. So, autographed. David Tyree photo, 8x10, $96. Okay, 97. All right. They do the 99 cents thing. All right, $97. David Tyree, yeah, he wasn't some giant that had like a 10-year-long career, he was breaking records left and right. I get that. But he did something when it mattered most. He made a very iconic catch in a Super Bowl and then won it with the Giants. That is huge. That is notable, all right? Now, right next to it, Eric Flowers, autographed mini helmet, $90. Eric Flowers. This guy came to the Giants. He was drafted very high in the draft in 2015, if I have that year correct. And he never panned out in the Giants. He gave up so many sacks. One quote I remember of his was he was like, I had a great game today, except for the 3 sacks. Yeah, aside from those, though, like 3 sacks is a lot, my dude. They want $90 for his autographed mini helmet. Man, like, what are we doing here in this autograph market? Well, a Lawrence Taylor 16x20 photo, $122. Lawrence Taylor, the all-time Giants legend. That's like almost a steal. The pricing here is absolutely insane, and I'm scrolling through some stuff still. And okay, for comparison, they have like an autographed Evan Ingram photo, 8x10, $76. Now that's a lot of people very recently, I'm sure, have liked Evan Ingram, so it makes sense. But I'm not entirely seeing it at $76. But he had a solid career as a Giant overall, and now he's on to do better things with the Jaguars. All right, sure, whatever. But some of this pricing is just absolutely insane, and I think it's wild that the drop-off between a guy like Lawrence Taylor, all-time Giants legend, there's not that far of a drop-off between some other guys that did not have that sort of career as a New York Giant. Prince Amukamara, 8x10 photo, $97. Now, maybe he went on to a different team and won like 3 Super Bowls, and I'm just not remembering this. But as a Giant, I don't remember him being an insane corner. I remember him, from what I can tell, he was an okay corner. Like, nothing nothing against the guy. They have Darius Slayton 130. That was a mini helmet. Oh, this is a new one too. Okay, I gotta talk about this one. They got the new Brian Dable merch drop collection. So I was making fun of the Pat Shurmur one earlier, which is absolutely hilarious. If Brian Dable were to not pan out, it's like, what are we doing here? Now, again, you get some of this stuff. So this is actually the perfect time to be selling Brian Dable stuff at the price they're selling it. It's over $100. It makes sense, right? Like, if you think Brian Dable's going to come in here and start winning Super Bowls, absolutely, yeah, get it for that price, sure, whatever. If you're into that sort of thing, whatever. But that's not much different than what they're doing with the Bill Parcells stuff. The Bill Parcells and the Brian Dable stuff, It's like about the same. So I don't know if it's just that serious with the difference between modern and back in the day stuff. I have no idea what is going on there. I just find it insane that some of these guys, their autograph value actually is comparable to guys that did so much more in the NFL. And for the Giants. For the Giants especially. Because, again, I'm highlighting stuff that is like Giants stuff. Namely. And the other crazy thing, this is where I was kind of getting at, with no one knows how to price anything. I've seen stuff, the same site, literally on Steiner Sports, because it's all Fanatics, so I think it's all combined. Like, I've bought stuff from Steiner Sports, and I'll get, like, the Fanatics seal, or I'll get, like, some other random seals. I'm like, okay, sure, whatever. I'll have to hope it's legit. I don't know if all these companies, they've conspired together in some sort of way. I don't know what's going on there. But I find it weird that the same site can have wildly different prices for what looks like the same thing, but I don't know. Maybe I'm off. One example I saw was there was a Sterling Shepard mini helmet. I actually considered getting it because, again, I really like Sterling Shepard. He's an awesome wide receiver, in my opinion, for the Giants. Absolutely amazing guy. So I love collecting his autograph. And one mini helmet was sitting there. This was the discounted prices, so, you know, maybe off. Or they recently did a discount from when I'm recording this. They do it all the time. Like, Steiner Sports, this is the other thing. They do discounts that are huge discounts. So it really makes me question what their markup is on these things, because I don't know how these guys get paid for doing the signings. I assume this is my guess personally, that there's some sort of set rate for doing the signings, and that's it. Or maybe it's a bit different. Maybe the guy gets like 10% of every sale. So I don't know how it all works out. Or gets like a set number per sale. Like, hey, we valued your autograph to you to be $20 per signature. So every time you sign this, just know like you're going to get $20 when we sell this. I don't know how that works. I would assume it's some of what I said, something in there is true. But I have no idea what the markup is, because they can do some steep discounts, and you'd have to assume they're still making money even with some steep discounts. It would make no sense to just be not, profiting off a sale. There's no way randomly doing these discounts would benefit you if you weren't profiting. Now, this was just to highlight a lot of the insanity in the autograph market, because I have no idea some of this different stuff. And as I was saying before, on the same site, there was a Sterling Shepard mini helmet that was $100, and then right next to it was one for like $180, I think it was. Like, so much more. Okay, Okay, you know how I said before? Now, I think Odell Beckham signed one of those exclusive deals with Steiner. If I remember correctly, I'm pretty sure the two guys I saw were Odell and Eli that had it when Steiner was just Steiner, not also Fanatics. So, this may explain why the price I'm about to name is the way it is. But a signed New York Giants 8x10 photo. This is the photo of Odell, like when he threw the football to Saquon. Or I believe that's the angle that's going on here. It's very zoomed in. It looks like that's a Panther player's arm there. Yeah, so I'm going to assume it was that. In 2018, Odell Beckham threw a pass to Saquon Barkley against the Panthers. Okay. It was a touchdown pass, too. They want $190 for an 8x10 photo. You remember the other prices I listed for an 8x10 photo before? Lawrence freaking Taylor, the Hall of Fame linebacker for the New York Giants, Lawrence Taylor, was $120 for an 8x10 photo, and they want $190. I'm rounding up, but they want $190 for an Odell Beckham 8x10 photo. Again, nothing against Odell Beckham Jr. He was a great wide receiver for the New York Giants. One of the most talented wide receivers I've seen. Actually, period. He was electric on the New York Giants. And I understand these very high values when he was breaking records for the New York Giants. He had the potential. There was some record he broke of like the most receiving yards, touchdowns, a bunch of different things in the first 3 years of an NFL wide receiver, beating out Jerry Rice. So if he had kept that up, yes, we are talking an immensely valuable autograph here. He couldn't stay with the Giants. Stuff happened. Blame Dave Gettleman. And blame, I guess, the situation or whatever. But he couldn't stay with the Giants, and so that didn't fully come to fruition. And then he struggled with the Browns and won a Super Bowl with the Rams. I was really happy he did that. That's probably what's keeping his autograph value up, is that he won a Super Bowl, even if it was with a different team. I think it does hold some weight. But I just find this crazy that Lawrence Taylor has a less expensive autograph than Odell Beckham Jr. And now, the other thing I'm looking at, a Golden Tate autograph, full-size replica helmet, $360. Now, it is a replica helmet, which means that the autograph on a replica helmet and the replica helmet itself is worth less. So, Golden Tate's autograph on the replica helmet, if I were to guess what their price point is on this, that they're charging right now, I'd say over $150 is what they're charging for Golden Tate to have scribbled his name on this helmet. Golden Tate. Oh, that name's not ringing a bell? Doesn't surprise me. He was not on the Giants for that long, and he didn't do a ton. He wasn't terrible. But he wasn't on the Giants for that long, and he did not do a ton. He's had a much longer NFL career, bouncing between several different teams. I'm not sure if he won a Super Bowl. He may have. He's just been on so many different teams. I can't begin to name them all. I think he was on the Eagles, Lions, and Seahawks at different points. That may be all of them. Maybe I'm forgetting some. I'm not sure. And then there's also autographs here that it is actually impossible to tell the value of. Like owners, for example, like Wellington and John Mara. There's an index card for like $250 here. That seems just high. Like, forget comparing that to anybody. That just seems high, especially on an index card. Let me see what else I can find here. The Eli Manning stuff is very expensive overall. And why? Okay. Hang on. They're both full-size replica? Okay. This is an absolutely insane comparison for just the difference of helmet choice with the same signature. So they got Eli Manning, right? He signed 2 replica full-size helmets, okay? 2 full-size replica helmets. One is the normal Giants helmet, $680. The other one is a special edition camouflage helmet, $960. So almost a $300 difference because the helmet he signed was camouflaged instead of the normal Giants helmet. I find that to be absolutely insane, but I do think the camo helmet should be more valuable. $300 more valuable? I don't know who's buying that. Now, I will drop like an extra $10-$20 for like the mini helmet variants in this, because it does look that much better. Like, it really does. It does affect the value, but $300 value, that seems like a lot. Saquon Barkley's autograph is obviously still worth a lot. Same, Daniel Jones' autograph is still really going up there in value. Wow, I'm looking at I must have gotten to just the expensive section of this site, because even the mini helmet, I actually just bought a Daniel Jones signed mini helmet. I got it for much less than this $300 listed here. The same one, too, a lunar mini helmet. Just absolutely wild stuff. I'm trying to find another hilarious one. They have an Evan Ingram full speed helmet. This might be an authentic helmet, so this isn't as bad. But $570 for an Evan Ingram signed helmet. Full size, appears to be an authentic one. So the authentic helmets base, like a full-size authentic helmet, you just want to like buy one. I think that's like $300. So again, on an authentic helmet, it does make a difference, but they're charging like $200 because Evan Ingram signed it. Lawrence Taylor signed, autographed 8x10 photo, $160 here. So that's even though we're in the more expensive section, Odell Beckham's autograph was worth more than Lawrence freaking Taylor's right there. I'm trying to find another insane example here. Yeah, this is where I'm definitely in just the more expensive section. I'm really far down the list of, like, I just filtered, like, New York Giants signed stuff, and I am very, very far down the list here. To a point where I'm really noticing this stuff. Like, you go on, like, the first page of this stuff, you might be like, oh, okay, yeah, no, a lot of this makes sense. But because Steiner Sports, as I've mentioned, is where I'm looking, has evolved to be this mesh of, like, actually several different sites. Like, I made an order, and then it's like, your sportsmemorabilia.com order shipped. I'm like, okay, I didn't order from sportsmemorabilia.com, but if they give me the same thing, sure. And I'm trying to see if there's any other absolutely wild examples. They have some Phil Simms stuff too, and that's valued about the same as Eli Manning stuff, which is understandable. I guess in the grand scheme of things, they actually did the same thing, but that almost goes against the argument of people doing stuff back in the day being worth less than people doing stuff today. So I find that very weird. Because you go the other way, like some other positions, you go the other way around. It's like the modern guy is worth way more than the guy in the past. And again, okay, so there's a Bill Parcells and Lawrence Taylor signed helmet here. Looks to be an authentic helmet, $600. Not absolutely terrible considering what those two guys did for the New York Giants organization. And then you compare this to this is a Eclipse helmet. Okay, so keep that in mind because it does matter. The other one was just like the normal Giants helmet, like the normal back in the day helmet that they would have. Now, the Saquon Barkley signed helmet, Eclipse, full size, presumably again authentic, $650. I don't know how Saquon Barkley's autograph alone is worth, I'll say, as much as both Bill Parcells and Lawrence Taylor. And then there's the Michael Strahan signed Giants Flash Speed authentic helmet for $850. Michael Strahan did a lot for the Giants, but actually, this is actually hilarious. They have the Daniel Jones one, authentic helmet, right next to that Michael Strahan one with like all the bells and whistles. Also $850. Now quarterbacks this one actually makes sense. Quarterback autograph value should be worth more than defensive end values. So I think that does make up the gap, especially since Daniel Jones just re-signed. There's a lot of hype around him right now. So that makes sense. Okay, there shouldn't be more hype than Eli Manning, though. There's an Eli Manning helmet right next to it, the Eclipse one, for only $700. So that does seem high, actually. On second thought, I don't think. I'm in like basically the eBay listing section. I think that's a part of it. So weird stuff is happening here. I'm seeing some stuff that's like way out of the ordinary. Like there's like an Eli Manning signed helmet for like $3,500. Like, yeah, no, was it game used? This is absolutely insane. You gotta shop around if you're looking for autograph stuff. Don't ever just like get the first thing you see. I've done it before. Like, yeah, I've messed up. I probably paid more than I could. But okay, here was a good one. They got a $224 Colt McCoy signed magazine. You guys remember Colt McCoy? He was the quarterback for the Giants one year. He came in. He won a game against the Seahawks when Daniel Jones was injured in 2020. He might have been the backup for 2 years. I'm not sure. But I just remember him actually coming in for like 2 games. Maybe it was a little bit more than that. But he ended up having some success on the Cardinals, too. He went to the Cardinals. I think he won a couple games for them when he was forced to sub in, when he was their backup quarterback. Nothing against Colt McCoy. But $200 for a signed magazine of a backup quarterback just seems like a lot. Like, I get it's a sports signature. I get it. These players, they make it to the NFL. That is a huge accomplishment. But I just feel like there should be a little bit more of a variance. Like, it shouldn't be worth a ton to get a backup player's autograph. That shouldn't break the bank. You should be able to just get a little bit started by getting like a backup player's autograph. And for these large companies, I don't think it's not worth it to go to some of these backups or these like second, third round picks and say like, hey, look, you're entering New York, a huge media market. People will buy your autograph even if you are slated to be a backup. I mean, maybe not necessarily a second round picks as a backup, but like third round back, very likely you're slated to be a backup. I don't think it's a bad idea to go to these guys and say like, hey, we're going to place your autograph at about like $30, $40, maybe $50. I don't know. And they'll probably sell because people would like to see an autograph of these guys, even if they aren't the absolute stars of the team. I feel like that would sell. Instead of this insane overvaluing. And what is this price difference? Again, right next to each other. I'm on the same website. To me, this looks like the exact same helmet both Saquon Barkley signed. One of them, one's in blue. And shockingly here, the blue one is not the more expensive one. I would like to make this note right now. The blue one is not the more expensive one. I would make it the more expensive one. I think the blue one looks a lot better. But they want almost $1,500 for a Saquon Barkley signed helmet. It's a Speed full-size Eclipse. Now, for the same... Oh, it's a replica one. Sorry, my bad. The $700 difference is due to it being a replica here. Meanwhile, if you just want the normal... That's actually kind of another unique edition one. $500 for Saquon Barkley signed black full-size Speed helmet. $500. It's an authentic helmet. It looks like it. It doesn't say replica. Only $500 less than the replica helmet at $700. Now that one was Eclipse, or the $1,400 authentic Eclipse Saquon Barkley signed helmet. What is going on here? And then there's this is a mini helmet. It is a mini helmet. Okay, nope, never mind. Okay, what do we have going on here? This one's wild. Hakeem Nicks, great Giant. I guess won Super Bowl 46. All right. From what I can tell, I've seen his stats. All right, he did some stuff as a Giant. $250 for a mini helmet. Now, it does have the Super Bowl 46 logo on it. It is really cool. Right next to it, Lawrence Taylor signed mini helmet, $200. Doesn't have his Super Bowl logo on it. I understand the difference here. I just think that is absolutely wild. Some of this stuff, man, it's absolutely insane. And then you go to a Lawrence Taylor signed lunar authentic helmet. They want $770. Now compare that to the values I read off for Saquon Barkley a minute ago. That's absolutely wild that Saquon Barkley's autograph is way up there beyond so many other things. Now, Saquon Barkley is a really great running back. A top-tier running back. But more than Lawrence Taylor, more than Eli Manning, it seems like his autograph being worth that much, it just seems like a bit of a stretch to me. Worth the same? Maybe. If everyone's really hyped and they're selling out, which I mean, presumably if Saquon's price keeps going up, I guess they're selling out. Maybe this is just the consumers buying them up, and I have no idea what I'm talking about here. I don't have sales numbers in front of me. Well, I think it's just insane that this would be the case. Saquon Barkley, again, I have several of his autographs. I really do like collecting his autograph. I have it on several different things. But more than Eli and Lawrence Taylor, by a good bit too in some cases, seems insane to me. Now, again, I'm not looking at the same exact item side by side. As I've said in this very long video now, it really does matter what the guy signs. And this is coming from someone that does this, buys autographs. It does matter to me. Seeing it being on a special edition helmet versus some standard helmet, or like the mini helmet versus the full size helmet. The different football type, I think, is the weirdest one, because I actually would value, if the guy is known for being a Giant, I would value the signature more on the New York Giants white football than I would on a standard football. That is just me. But if a guy like Jason Pierre-Paul, for example, that did switch teams at the end of his career and went on to win a Super Bowl with the Buccaneers, I would want that signature on a normal football. That way, it's like the guy's full career, right? Both Super Bowls that he won go into that autograph. And you get something with the team logo on it, it's more representing the time that guy spent with the team, which is why I was freaking out about like that Golden Tate signed helmet earlier. Because, again, the authentic helmet is worth, I'm going to throw out a number of $300 again. All right, I feel like I've seen it before. The blank, full-size, standard New York Giants helmet, authentic, everything, right? Amazing. I know I'm saying stuff, but the standard, authentic New York Giants helmet, $300. I've seen it before. This was years ago that I saw it, so maybe it's $400 now. But I don't know. I just think it's absolutely wild, the markup some of this stuff gets. Even, again, I do understand it is much more valuable for the autograph to be on a helmet than it is just a photograph. Or the one I find the most hilarious is the different size photographs, which, again, it also makes sense. The mini helmet autograph is worth less than the full-size authentic helmet autograph, because it makes a bigger statement in the room that you have it in. It is worth more. How much more? I think this is where stuff absolutely starts to get insane. And this is why I'm making this video, because these prices, the price difference is wild here. Absolutely wild. Scrolling through and seeing some of this, Saquon Barkley's autograph has gotten even more out of hand than I remember. Like, very out of hand. I'm trying to find a really good example of, like, two things right next to each other, the exact same thing. They don't list it like that. And I really don't want to mess up. I am deep into this filter that I have set. There is so much stuff on this site. It is absolutely wild. I mean, at least they're consistent with their wide receivers here. They have a Victor Cruz signed 8x10 photo for the same price they had for the Odell one, almost $190. It was $188.99. So at least they're consistent there, I guess. So there's some consistency. Maybe it's a positional value thing I'm not understanding. See, this is actually reasonably priced right here. This is what I would consider somewhat reasonably priced. All right. So, Jason Pierre-Paul signed New York Giants full-sized helmet. Okay, this is definitely a markup. This is a markup. All right. I wouldn't necessarily pay that. I'd wait for a discount or something on this. But in terms of like percentage comparison, I do think this is about reasonably priced. So, Jason Pierre-Paul, he did switch teams from being a Giant most of his career. But he did win Super Bowl with the Giants, and he did a lot with the Giants, right? $560 for a full-size, what looks like, it doesn't say replica, so I'm going to have to assume authentic helmet, okay? $560. Okay, sure. Higher than I would pay, but maybe wait for a discount, and it'd be if I were to save up and have the money there, it's an option. Okay. Then Eli Manning signed Lunar Eclipse full-size helmet, $100 more. Now, I think it should be $100 more than Jason Pierre-Paul if it was the same helmet. I don't know how Lunar Eclipse, I don't know why the price for that is wildly different than the Eclipse the other way. Absolutely mind-boggling to me. But, and then right next to it, they have like I'm not shocked that they've done here. They have an $800, same helmet that I just listed. Eli Manning's autograph is in red. Oh, no, it was on red on the other one too. Yeah, same thing, $200 more, right there. Almost $200 more, not exactly a full $200 more. All right, I'm almost to the end of it. I just find this hilarious. Okay, I'm going to try to find some mini helmets here. So, 217, a red, they call it Flash, mini helmet signed by Brian Daboll, the current head coach in the New York Giants. All right, $217. Now, Eclipse mini helmet of Daniel Jones, $260, okay? I'm trying to find another mini helmet. Michael Strahan, $260 for both the Lunar Eclipse and the normal Eclipse mini helmet. Okay. So that means Brian Daboll, Daniel Jones, and Michael Strahan, their autograph is worth about the same. Now, apparently the Eclipse, this is just from me scrolling through. Apparently the Eclipse is the most valuable helmet type, I guess. I don't know, but this is what I'm seeing here. I just see a different colored helmet, and I'm like, oh yeah, that would look cool on my shelf. Oh, that would look cool on my desk. It's a different color. That's all I'm seeing. But maybe there's a hierarchy that I'm not understanding here. Now, huge comparison. Found what I'm looking for here in terms of comparison. Okay. $210 for a Lawrence freaking Taylor autographed New York Giants Flash mini helmet. $210 for Lawrence Taylor. Meanwhile, Michael Strahan was $260. And Daniel Jones was $260. And Brian Daboll's was $217. Brian Daboll's mini helmet of the exact same, mind you. The exact same now. Both a Flash mini helmet. In both cases, a Flash mini helmet. Brian Daboll's was worth more than Lawrence Taylor's. This is the insanity I am looking to highlight here in this incredibly long video. But I think it was worth it to come in and highlight this stuff, because I don't understand this price difference. Like, I understand why there is a price difference, but I don't understand why it is so wild. Okay, here's another insane example. Both Lawrence Taylor, a signed Giants full-speed replica Flash helmet. It's inscribed. $620. Okay. Replica Flash, Lawrence Taylor. Okay. Now, also Lawrence Taylor, so that's one difference gone. Also inscribed. It's a different inscription, but I don't... How do you value inscriptions? All right, it's still two words. Also, so the one was Bad MF inscribed. The $600 replica helmet was Bad MF, and this one is HOF 99 inscribed. All right, both Lawrence Taylor signed. Now, this is an authentic Speed Flex helmet. Okay, authentic Speed Flex helmet. Okay, so you're thinking, okay, so let's say a replica helmet is worth, let's say anywhere from $150 to $200. An authentic is $300. Okay, let's use these values. So, Lawrence Taylor's autograph on the replica one with the inscription. Flash as well. Okay, so Flash is probably making up for some of this difference. But we're saying almost $400. We're saying is Lawrence Taylor's autograph and inscription on that, and the Flash value, whatever that is. Okay, that's about $400. I don't know how much a Flash Speed Flex helmet is, base, but they want almost $1,800. And I don't mean almost as in, $1,500, I'm rounding way up. I mean $1,788. $99 for a Speed Flex helmet. Now, the Speed Flex helmet does look a little bit better, but I'm not wearing this, so if it has more durability, I'm literally just have that it looks slightly better as the difference in like $1,200 in value. Where is that coming from? Tiki Barber, New York Giants Speed Authentic Eclipse, $715. All right. I think one of the Saquon ones I named was about the same. Okay, so now we have, I think, a solid comparison there. I think it would be an appropriate time to open up the comparison between Saquon Barkley and Tiki Barber. I think that's fair. I think that is extremely fair. Okay, so you have that. There we go. Well, we can, you know what? I'll let this video end on a positive note here. They got Daniel Jones mini helmet, $230. Okay. We're back in the realm of sanity right here. I'm not seeing anything too out of the ordinary as I scroll through the last little bit, trying to find. Again, they're valuing Daniel Jones's autograph higher than Lawrence Taylor's. I don't know where this is coming from, but this is a direct comparison too. I don't understand why this is happening, but $200 on the dot for a Lawrence Taylor signed blue Speed mini helmet, the standard Giants one. Okay, right above it here, let me find it again. They have the Daniel Jones New York Giants mini Speed helmet. It says replica helmet. I don't know the difference when it comes to mini helmets. Yes, they're replicas when it's a mini helmet. $230 of a Daniel Jones one. So I don't know why they're valuing Daniel Jones' autograph significantly more than Lawrence Taylor, aside from the positional difference and aside from the modern difference. I just feel like Lawrence Taylor, as it stands currently, Daniel Jones could end up winning the Giants 4 Super Bowls and be the greatest quarterback ever. He could. He still could. There's still a lot of time in his career to do this. But as it stands right now, I'm not seeing that because Lawrence Taylor is one of the greatest players in NFL history, and some would argue the greatest. Now, and then some of this stuff is just like, wow, I got this at a way better price. Lawrence Taylor autographed New York Giants camo mini helmet for $350. So I said $200 for the standard Giants mini helmet, $350 for it being camouflaged. I'm actually looking at, I have this helmet. I have this helmet. I did not pay $350 for it. I paid a lot less than $350 for it. Yeah, I don't know. Markups happen, man. You gotta get stuff on discounts if you want it. And this, I hope you guys have been listening to this on 2x speed. I really do. This has been an absolutely wild video. They have Jason Pierre-Paul, $225 for a standard Giants mini helmet. Okay. Doesn't surprise me, actually. Again, I think now we're overvaluing Jason Pierre-Paul's signature a little bit, as much as he's done. I do think we're starting to overvalue it here a little bit. Putting it comparable and more. Jason Pierre-Paul did not do more for the Giants than Lawrence Taylor. I'm just going to throw that controversial opinion out there. I know. That was a very controversial opinion. But that's just where I'm at right now. Okay, I don't know how much this framing service is here. They want $425 for a Julian Love New York Giants signed 8x10. It's framed. It's framed and ready to go. You can just buy it, put this on your wall. Julian Love didn't do that much for the Giants, though, all things considered. In the long, grand scheme of things, I hate to say it, Julian Love was a great Giant for what the value of the 4th-round pick coming in, being a very valuable piece to the defense last season. He wasn't a star or anything, but he did his job, and he did it very well. $425 for an 8x10, framed or not, tad much, in my opinion. Now, again, I thought this was overpriced. An 8x10 of Odell Beckham at $188. I don't know how much this framing service is. I really don't. By my calculations, let's say an 8x10 of Julian Love is, let's say a fair price for that would be 90, 80. I'm just going to throw that's, the photo isn't worth much, but let's say the photo alone's worth 20. Sure. $20 for the photo alone. It's a nice photo. You hang it up on your wall. Okay. How much is this framing service? It's like a $300 framing service, man. That, or they're just overvaluing Julian Love's autograph that much. I don't know what's going on here. This is absolutely hilarious. This is the insanity I've been trying to point out here. 16x20, Michael Strahan, $276. Just a photo. It's a photo of him breaking the single season sack record. It's the one where he's sacking Brett Favre. It has an inscription. $300 though? Almost. I don't know. I'm not seeing it. Especially on just a photo. And we've crossed back into the realm of it. I was so ready to wrap this up, and then I just found some stuff that I wanted to point out. A 16x20 of Lawrence Taylor, a photo. It's him running, $180. Again, the Odell point. I don't think Odell Beckham Jr. did more for the Giants than Lawrence Taylor. I know, controversial opinion. I'm just going to throw that out there, though. If you don't believe me, look up Lawrence Taylor. He was a defensive player that got MVP. He's in the Hall of Fame. Back in the day, a kicker could get MVP, though. So I guess it wasn't worth the same as, it is today with how they have this bias toward quarterbacks. Still, Lawrence Taylor was an absolute Giants legend. Okay. I'm about to just accept that there's wildly different prices for different things. Because there's a Daniel Jones signed Eclipse full-size speed replica helmet. Now, this is replica. $540. It's an Eclipse one. It's a replica. Daniel Jones signed. Sure. Lunar Eclipse, authentic Saquon Barkley, $1,360. I'm just going to throw those two numbers out there. And just let you think about the difference there. The helmets are different colors. One of them says authentic. They're signed by two guys who I actually think their autograph value should be comparable. They should be the same. They really should. Saquon Barkley and Daniel Jones. Saquon Barkley is a running back. Daniel Jones is a quarterback. Saquon Barkley, I think, considering his position and his length of career, has done more in his career than Daniel Jones. Daniel Jones' career is really still just beginning. Saquon Barkley's career is basically at its peak. He's got like another... last year, or this upcoming year might be his best year, and then it's probably only downhill. All right? Saquon Barkley is at the prime of his career still. Daniel Jones is just getting into the prime of his career. Saquon Barkley's on, toward the end of the prime of his career, and then Daniel Jones is just getting into it. So I think their autograph value should be the same-ish. So that begs the question, how is a different colored helmet replica making the gap of $700, $800, actually? I don't know what's happening here. They got Tom Coughlin autograph football. $300 seems like a lot, but I haven't seen a Tom Coughlin one listed yet, so that's cool. The other stuff I was comparing was mini helmets and stuff, so you go to a ball and things get crazy. So I assume they're valuing Tom Coughlin's autograph the same as Brian Dable, Bill Parcells, and all the other high-end stuff. I just think it's very weird that there's not variance in the autograph market for players. There seems to be a ton of variance when it comes to what the player is signing. 1,000% I agree, and I really do understand why, because I wouldn't want to pay as much for an autograph on an index card as I would for on an authentic helmet, because the authentic helmet is an authentic helmet. That comes with a $300 base value, by the way. And the final point I want to make before I head out is with Kenny Golladay, they did exactly what I would expect. His stuff is incredibly discounted the last time I looked at it. Like, incredibly discounted. To a point where you're actually getting a discount on the item. They had, like, an authentic football, and they wanted, like, $80 for him having signed it. The authentic football is worth, like, an authentic Wilson football, like, very nice. It's a very high-quality football. Yeah, they wanted, like, 80 for it, and you go to buy that base football, it's, like, $90 to $100. So, you're literally getting a discount on the item for Kenny Galladay's signature being on it. Same thing for, like, the white panel ball. Oh, actually, the white panel ball, it was the same. The white panel ball, it was the same. It was, like, 50, and you probably find that for, like, 50. So, I just find it funny that sometimes stuff happens, because Kenny Galladay did recently get cut from the Giants. And so that's funny. And that seems a little bit much. I'm sure Kenny Galladay, you could convince someone, somewhere, somehow, to buy Kenny Galladay stuff. So I don't know if that cut is necessary, but I just find it funny that they would do that for Kenny Galladay, but not for someone like Golden Tate. They're like, yeah, no, I want profit on my Golden Tate autograph. Kenny Galladay, yeah, we gotta offload it right now. Just take a sponge to the autograph, wipe it off. Football's good as new. You can get it signed by someone else. Like, that's literally what they're saying about Kenny Galladay by pricing as steep of a discount as I saw recently. Now, again, this is when everything else was discounted too, so it may have just blended in. Like, the discount might not be that intense, but, like, they discounted the current discount, maybe. Oh, gosh. All right. I'm wrapping this up before we hit an hour. This has been absolutely hilarious, guys. I hope if you were listening to this in the background, you were just having a fun time laughing at some of these price differences as well. I find the autograph market to be absolutely insane. My advice is, if you are looking for something, shop around. Otherwise, like, don't expect things to like necessarily work out the way you think, right? Like, I bought an Eli Apple autograph thing because I thought he would be a great corner. He wasn't a great corner. I didn't pay that much for his autograph, actually. I know he was like a first-round pick for the Giants at the time, but I guess they didn't think he would be amazing either because they didn't preemptively make his autograph worth a ton of money. Saquon Barkley's autograph from day one has been worth a lot of money. So, you know, there are differences here. Now, Saquon Barkley was the second overall pick, and Eli Apple was the 10th. And they play... Running back is a flashier position, especially when they're young and everything. But, I don't know. I will wrap this one up. We have been going for a while. I have a lot of fun collecting the autographs. It's a very fun market, but these price differences, I really had to take all this time to highlight them. And I think it is absolutely wild, these price differences. Oh, gosh. Basically, the point is, I think some of these players' autographs should be worth way more than some other players. I think Lawrence Taylor's autograph should be worth more than Jason Pierre-Paul's autograph, worth more than Odell's autograph. And I think Eli Manning and Daniel Jones' autograph should be worth a lot more than Paul Perkins' autograph or Pat Shurmur's autograph. And to see some of these autographs, like, hold value to some other players' autographs, like even Sterling Shepard's autograph, Evan Ingram's autograph, Jason Pierre-Paul's autograph, it's holding value a little bit too much to these greats than I would expect. But I don't know, that's the way the pricing goes. I guess I'll see you guys in the next one. Again, not trying to insult any players here. All of their autographs do have value, but the value shouldn't be as comparable to certain other guys. Like, I'm really trying to I'm trying to show respect to some of the Giants' greats, like Lawrence Taylor and Eli Manning here. Their autographs should not be like, it shouldn't be comparable to guys that have been only on the team for a couple of years and maybe shown promise, but haven't gone that far yet. I get it. There's hype. There's modern hype for these guys. These guys get drafted and they come in. It's like, oh, I need that autograph right now. The instant comparisons of Kayvon Thibodeau to Michael Strahan may make their autograph worth the same. But I guess maybe it's just the autograph market, and I'm looking too far into it. Since we hit an hour, I'll see you guys in the next one.